Hi. Oh, now I'm live. Well, welcome to One Seashell Channel. Yes. Where I love to promote encouragement, just tell people often to love yourself, know yourself, be yourself, change yourself to improve yourself. So that's the journey I'm on, and it's an everyday journey. So on tonight, I'm supposed to have two special guests. Uh, One will talk about 401ks, IRAs, mutual funds, stocks, and things of that nature. And then another will be talking about different ways that we can make money. And she gave a lot of great ideas, let me tell you. A lot of great ideas that I had not thought of. And so we officially supposed to start at 9 p.m. Again, I'm just early. That's just me. That is just me. I like to be early. So we're going to stay on here as long as we can. And not too long came off from work. And I was talking about this on yesterday. So I wanted to stick to my word and come on here and, let us talk about these things. Trying to find a good spot for my, what you call that thing? Notepad. Yeah. I actually want to rearrange it though. Let's see what I'm going to do because I want to do. All right, so we're doing like this. And all that good stuff. So let me see here. Oh, someone commented. Oh my gosh. Oh, 5 people are here. I'm so sorry. Do you have some tips on making money fast? John. Hi, Sabriz. Oh, you did get my email, but not but you can't. Okay, because you're not home. Okay, thank you. Thank you for replying. I appreciate that. John, it's like this. Sometimes you got to take your time to make some money. You can't always get it fast because the faster you get it, the quicker it leaves. Of course, there are illegal ways to get money. I mean, there are illegal ways to get it, but you can get it like that. But I'm not one to try to get fast money. I want longevity. Hi, oh, Hardin 54, how are you? Oh, happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're the third. I had a customer to say it. There's someone on Joe's live talked about it. And what else? And then you said it. Okay, not really fast, just to make money. Okay, so this is a couple ideas here that someone gave me. Actually, Sabrias did. She's a fashion designer, and she shared that you can do cleaning up offices, homes, or different businesses. You can open up a catering help device. Now, we're brainstorming here. You can sell stuff on Amazon, eBay, Craigslist, Facebook. This was interesting to me. You can save cans to get money. I guess in where she's from is 5 cents a can, or bottles if they offer that in your state. One thing I believe, taking something you like, for example, a hobby, and turn it into money. Exactly. I believe you have to have some type of passion. Sewing clothes, if you know how to sew clothes. Painting houses, if you know how to paint a house. Event planner. Decoration, like being a decorator for people, for parties and things of that nature. You can be a dog walker, pet sitter, if you're a dog or a pet lover, baking, make cupcakes and cakes, private cook, prepare people food. And that's good. Now, see, my sister, my brother-in-law, he he's a chef. I mean, and he cooks for private people, private events. And I was, down for a while due to health issues, and he made me homemade chicken noodle soup. And oh my gosh, he made like 7 containers that I could have a bowl to eat every single day. April May, how are you? And let me tell you, it was so delicious. Organic carrots, celery, fresh chicken breast, meat. What else was in there? The noodles. I mean, he just made it perfectly. Of course, it was for free. Well, not of course, but in a sense, yeah, of course, it was free. It was my brother-in-law. So, he's able to make that kind of money. He's able to make money off of that. And it's something that he loves. He takes great pleasure in doing it, for sure. Also, if you're certified, you can do taxes. That's another quick way to make some money. So, we said being the event planner and hosting events, speed dating, everybody pays for their own food and drinks. You charge a fee. Yeah, that's true. Now, I wonder how would that work if it's in reference to what's going, like, how would that work now with the different things that we're dealing with now? No, that's my cat used to look like, well, I don't have him anymore. But Omar, your cat April May has more of the white beard. Oh, it looks just like Omar. Oh, he's adorable. Oh my gosh, my cat was amazing. Amazing. I'm just clicking on you guys' comments here. Yeah, yes, you're looking good. Doing good. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Hardin 54. That's so nice. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So, John, I hope that answered your question, or did you escape? You were like, no, I ain't doing that. No, forget that. But there are different ways. You have to see what's available in your city. And another thing, do you know, like, just we're going to brainstorm here. We're going to think about it. Who said this? I've heard this throughout the years. You look, and this person said, you look around and see what needs to be done, but not being done. And then you do that. And then another person has said, sometimes you have to create a situation to create a business. And just to hear that right away, it's like, what do you mean? Everything that we see out here, it came by 2 ways, the way I see it. Either someone saw something that needed to be done and they did it, or they created something that turned into a need for a job. Okay? Now think about it. Oh, okay. April May said I cleaned houses for 10 years. Awesome. Wow. Over the years, did you find that the customers had some similarities, or did they have more differences than similarities? And what were your challenges? Jeremy, I'm gonna send you a link so you can join me, okay? If you want, if you're not busy, because I know you can be pretty busy. Quaker, how are you? How's it going? Yeah, there are different ways. Me personally, I mean, I have a pension. I'm working, but I have you ever just want to double up, triple up on everything? You just want to make sure the rest of your years are balanced and supported. And you don't really want to have to work all your life. You want to be able to sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of your time, and go places and do things. I mean, I do. Surprisingly, I actually want to go places. That's a shocker. That's a shocker. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me do it this way. Hold on. Hold your horses. Give you a few. Okay, you let me know then, Jeremy, okay? Quaker, do you want to come on? Oops. Bear with me for a moment. Oh, what time is it? Please say no. Hello? Hello? Oh, let me see. Hold on. I say turn a hobby into an income source. Example, you can teach music. Yeah. El Chapo, it's been so long. How are you? It's been years. Oh my gosh, it's been like, yeah, really years. All right, let me check this out for you. Let me look what the schedule is like. I'm sorry, guys. I have somebody on the phone. Not so good at trolling. Oh, wow. I know. I like it. I've had this for maybe 4 years. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, we're going. Let's do this one here. Not this. I'm pulling it up. Let's see here. Bear with me for a moment. Let me do this here. Here we go. How can I do this here? Okay. Okay, you ready? I'm driving. Hold on. Okay. It looks like there's one coming at 9. No, that can't be it. 8:52. Hold on. 8:52. All right, I put it in the subtitle and the link there, and your Airbnb or rent your car out. I've heard of that. Okay. All right, Sabrina. All right, let me try this again here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, now I can. Yeah.
Okay, and I can hear you too. Okay. Now I'm cut off. Why did I do that? Is there a way we can make that? We have to go over here. Yeah. It's gonna scoot over, I guess. Yeah. Do it like that. Okay. So we're ready whenever you are. Introduce yourself. Let people know.
Okay, I'm Colors of Avon. Hey, Shell.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. My real life name is Leslie.
Okay, Leslie.
But
Welcome.
in
Welcome.
the
Welcome.
in the real world, not in the interwebs. But
Right. Gotcha. Understand.
uh-huh. but yeah. So yeah. So from our chat the other day, um, I've just been learning so much about retirement just for myself. So I've been trying to educate myself because it's just something that's not really spoken about in my family. So
Right.
I've been self-teaching. I'm no expert, but I've just been learning so much, and I feel like I wasted a lot of time where the money could have just been growing.
Mm, okay. So what made you start like thinking about it? Why now?
Um, what happened? Mm, I think it was because of my business. I learned so much about business and investment and passive income. And so
Hmm.
as I was looking at that online, a lot of videos would talk about your business as well as the stocks and bonds and crypto and all the different other types of passive income, real estate. And so I was like, oh, okay. Because I always looked at it as some big scary ordeal
Hmm.
where you either had to have a whole lot of money, or if you had a little bit of money, it was too risky.
Hmm. So when you say passive income, what is the definition of passive income?
Where you don't have to actively manage it. You're not trading your time and effort for money. It's just generating and compounding on its own.
So a type of passive income would be similar to stocks. Would it be like stocks or like give an example?
Yeah, stocks. So if you're putting in money steadily, but it's building interest, that's where the passive income comes in, because it's not literally you put in $100 and your $100 just uh, grows. Well, it does grow, but you didn't do anything. Your $100 becomes $200, and your $200 builds on that, and then it builds on to $300. So instead of just building interest on the 100, now it's interest on the 200, interest on the 300. So that's the compound interest, and you didn't do anything. You
Hmm.
just let your money sit there and build interest.
Right.
And then with real estate, if you buy a property and someone's paying you rent, you're not doing anything. You've bought the property and it's just sitting there. So the income is coming in, but you're not, using blood, sweat, and tears
It's
to
like a
earn.
job.
Yeah,
Hmm. And also like also what was the there's another way for passive income, the surveys, similar to the surveys, or also like when we for the Uber drivers, we used to give out our code, and with that we would earn money. So that was a
exactly.
passive income. Um, so I wouldn't say the survey because with well, yeah, you still got to do something with the surveys in order to get the money. That's earned income. Yeah. So okay. All right.
And that's actively earned income.
Mm-hmm.
So you, so you're trading your time
For the money.
for the money. Mm-hmm.
Right, right,
But
right.
if like my Avon, I'm trying to go all digital so that my website earns money on its own. It generates money on its own. I could be sleeping and someone in Utah can order something from me and it ships directly to me and all I do is receive the commission. I don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, because years ago you had to go door to door, or you had to have groups similar to the Mary Kay setup. But nowadays you can have your own website. But now with Avon, how, how are you going to? Okay, so you set your website out up, but then you have to have a distributor, right?
I have a distributor with Matt with the booklets, the brochures.
Okay.
And then also Avon has my website. They actually built the website. So when someone goes looking for an Avon rep, they automatically can see my information and contact me. But they don't need to contact me. They're just contacting a representative and then going right to the link.
Okay, so how you would be at the top, since it's like so many people selling
Mhm.
Avon, like what will make you show before someone else shows?
So it depends if they're looking for a certain region, like if they're looking for someone that's close to them, not that I'm going to set, like, not that I'm going to deliver to them, but some people like to know that the Avon came from their area.
Mm-hmm.
Other times it's social media like this. So I'm using my Colors of Avon monogram. So if you go on my channel, you can follow the link to my website, but you don't have to live in this area. So that's one way of blasting the information out, and like Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't use because I'm not very I don't know, I'm just not really social media that much.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to be safe nowadays.
No, I
You could
just
do
don't
so many
care
crazy
for it.
things.
It's
Oh,
just
really?
not. No, I
You
just
don't
don't
want to
care.
use it to help boost your company
It
or your
would help.
business?
It would help, but
Mhm.
I just stay away from that kind of, I guess, drama. It's not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it does it would be beneficial though as a company, but you know how people are.
Oh yeah. They can be like that on here. That's just the way it is. And also, there's another idea. What was the other idea I had? Oh, okay. So you were going to talk about the IRA. Now, talk to us about that.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a lot of different options when it comes to investing for retirement. And one of the main things you want to do is make sure that your money is always growing because of inflation. So if you have a dollar that's sitting in the bank with like 0.001 interest, it's not doing anything, it's dead, it's just flat. But
Mm-hmm.
if your money is moving, then it's growing. So if milk is $3 now and then it's $4 in 5 years, your money has doubled. So now your money can buy the $4 milk without really feeling the hurt compared to if you just left that money sitting in the bank or under your mattress or in a safe or something. So
Mm-hmm.
the first thing you want to do is put it somewhere where it grows. And so one of the options is to start with your W-2 job. So your company has a 401k or a 457B or 403B or different types of deferred compensation. So that's a different form of your pension. Your pension just comes right out automatically from your check from some companies,
Mm-hmm.
or so, or they pull Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one retirement. But the voluntary retirement is the deferred compensation. That's the stock market. So you're putting your money into a 401k, and every month you're adding to it. The maximum you can put is about 19,000. And some companies have a match. So they might match 2-3% or something, but that's free money. So back to when I was talking about your $100 with interest versus your $100 that's now $200 because of your company, wouldn't you rather have the money from $200 plus interest versus $100 plus interest?
Right.
So your company's adding the match. So then there's your 401k. If you do an IRA outside of your company, which is a good option because not everybody stays in their company 20, 30 years like they used to. People move around.
Right.
So if you have a private company, then you can move around without needing to roll it over and all that. So if you have a IRA with a bank or a brokerage account, which is the stocks, a stock company, then the IRA has a max of about 6,000. It might be 7,000 if you're over 50, but that's the max you can put in there each year. Now, a Roth is a after-tax, no, it's pre-tax. It's pre-tax that you get taxed now on a Roth. But then when you go to retire and you withdraw the money, you're not taxed then.
Oh, okay.
So you can put the 401k in a Roth now, pay taxes now. It's not a write-off. But when you get to retirement age and withdraw from it, you don't pay any penalties. People that have a traditional 401k or a traditional IRA, they're not taxed now. It's tax deductible on their taxes. But then when they go to withdraw it, that money then will be taxed.
Right.
Right.
So
there's the 401k, there's the IRA, and then there's just a regular brokerage account, which I was talking about a little bit the other day. Because if you have just a regular brokerage account that if you want to invest in like an individual stock, or if you want to invest in cryptocurrency, you can use the brokerage account to really move around your money as you please. The only difference is that that's actively managed by you. So with the other way, the company is managing stocks, but you have it divided in lots of different companies.
Okay.
If you reach out to a brokerage company and you want to open an account and you say, hey, I want some Pepsi Cola. So then you put some money in. You could do this all on the app, all on your phone, all on the computer. And you want some Pepsi Cola, you can buy like, I don't know, whatever the shares, I don't know what the cost is right now, but it's probably like $100 or $1,000. But let's just say you buy a couple shares of that. You want to hold it for at least a year so you don't get any penalties for it, tax penalties. But that's just your single stock. But see, if you use a mutual fund,
Right.
they have all these different stocks and bonds and real estate all mixed in there. So then it's really beneficial to you because the market goes up and down. If it goes up, it's definitely going to go down.
Right. So with that, technically you have to have money to lose when it comes to the stock.
Right.
Okay.
Now, that's when you want to do it on your own. When you want to do it on, you don't want to use it for your retirement money. That's just money that it's almost like buying a lotto ticket.
Okay. So it's like play money, if you will.
Yeah. But if you want to seriously invest for retirement, you need to think long term and not touching it at all. With the brokerage account, you can buy here, buy there, but then you're risking a lot because it could be higher, it could go low, and then you lose money right away. If you're
Mm-hmm.
investing in a mutual fund with one of those stock brokerages or your company, etc., they have a long-term success rate, and it's not as risky because they have it divided up. You have a diversified portfolio, plus you're letting it sit there. So
Mm-hmm.
after 10 years, even if the market goes up, it's going to come down. But if it goes up again, you still have your money sitting there and building and compounding. If you have it in a small account and you're moving it all the time, you don't really get to see it grow.
That's true. That's true.
So the
But
idea,
a
mhm,
lot, but let's say with the 401k, now a lot of people lost a lot of money um, with all of this situation occurring. Um, it was a drop for a lot of money when it comes to the people who invested in the 401k. Now, with a 401k, you can still end up not coming out with no money, or will you have
right.
something?
It's possible, but the odds are higher that you will have money because it's diversified. So if a certain stock crashes, like McDonald's or something, because of COVID, let's just say, and 3M, the people that make the masks,
Mm-hmm.
goes up. Okay, so you're losing stock, you're losing prices in McDonald's, but you're gaining it in 3M. So if you have a diversified portfolio, yeah, it's going to dip, but it's going to go right back up. You just have
Right.
to let it sit there. You have to go for the long term
Mm-hmm.
because that's just the way the market goes. I look at it as every 10 years it goes up and down. And we're at
Mm-hmm.
the 10-year mark actually right now.
I wish I had invest in paper goods, toilet paper, paper towels. Oh my gosh, masks, gloves, and now it's too late to really get into it because it's so high now. In order to get into buying some of that because the prices are up. So therefore, to get in, you're going to have to pay more in order for you to reap the benefit from it.
But that's not true because if you invest in a mutual fund, let's just say you put in $2,000 in the mutual fund,
Mm-hmm.
they're already trading that stock. It's already part of your portfolio. You didn't have to come out of your pocket. You're still, I mean, not largely, you're getting a piece of it. So
Oh, okay.
so there's two different types of mutual funds. There's the actively managed funds and the passively managed funds. So the actively managed funds are the ones that we hear about where um, the financial planner took all your money and now the market
Right.
crashed. That's the
Right.
nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
They've hired people that buy and sell all day long, day traders.
Mm-hmm.
That's very risky, but it's also beneficial if you're willing to take that risk because you'll see higher returns and
Mm-hmm.
they're faster, but at the same time you see deeper losses. So if you do a passively managed mutual fund where you're following the market, let's just say what's a good one? The Dow Jones or Vanguard, they have an index fund, Vanguard index fund, and it divides all these different types of stocks and bonds. You can look at the list of all the companies they invest in, all the dividends returns, because
Now, which one is it? What is it called?
Vanguard, Vanguard
Vanguard.
index fund, I think it's
You want to put it
VOO.
in the chat for
Mm-hmm.
those who might want to, because I would like to know how to get in to buy these particular stocks. Um, in order to make some kind of money off of it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to put thousands of dollars in it. I'm just saying first I have to find out how much the shares are, correct? How much they're selling it for, right?
Now, if you want mutual funds where it's a diversified portfolio, they'll tell you how much it is to purchase that mutual fund.
Okay, so that information would be found on Vanguard index funds.
No, Vanguard is the company.
Okay. That will have.
They have an index fund within Vanguard. So they're following the S&P 500, which is, see, this gets very technical, and that's what turns people off with the stock market. I want to try and give you like a simple version of it.
Okay.
First thing you do is a 401k. That's your company's index. Find out what they're using. They could be using Voya, Charles Schwab, Vanguard. Find out which company they use for 401k, and then you'll have your answer, because then you'll see which index fund they're following. The Dow Jones, the S&P.
Yeah, I just took it when I looked into mine. When I looked in, well, I didn't know what I was really buying. I just bought stuff, and I wanted to be aggressive with it. But to say I did it with confidence, no, it wasn't there. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I reaped the benefit from it, but to have the knowledge of it, and I know I'm going to have to get some more information, because basically for me, I want to understand the terminology, like what does shares mean? What does stock? Like the basic stuff, the terminology of it. Because in my mind, I want to be able to, I guess, go to a company or even a website where it has different. Sorry about that. Sorry. Hello? Hold on. No, it was, hold on. All right, sorry about that. I got to mute real quick. I got to mute. I'll be right back. I'll be back. All right. Did I mute? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. No, not you. Hold on. Can you hear me? No, I don't think they can. I don't think they can hear me. You can't hear me, right? Anyway. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let's see here. You want me to look at the schedule thing again? Okay. That one didn't come at 24? The bus on Monument in Washington. The Go bus. Oh, hold on. I muted. Oh gosh. Hold on. I don't want to mute you. I muted. There you go.
Can you hear me, Jeremy? Do you guys invest in any stock or 401k or IRA? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I've been trying to educate myself because there's a lot of time in front of me to retire. So diversifying my portfolio is what's most important. Oh, okay. You said that you have a vision issue, so you're on disability. I understand. Yeah. You can still put some of that aside in like a brokerage account, like $10, $20 here and there. You can open like a Webull account, M1 Finance, Coinbase. They have apps on the phone that you can use. I like them because it's really easy. You just connect your account and then pick what stocks you want to invest in. They're really simple and they have a easy to read platform. You're welcome. I bought some new glasses today. I have to open them up. But yeah, it's really easy to invest, and instead of, buying a coffee or something, you can just put that $10 into the market and just let it sit and then watch it grow. Oh, you said your left eye is your lazy eye? Mm. Yeah, I can't see anything that's in fine print. So I wear glasses all the time, but it's nothing compared to that. Oh, acorns. Sexy P has acorns and Robin Hood. How do you like acorns? I haven't tried that one yet. Oh, your eye died out, Jeremy? Mm. Does Acorn have higher fees than Robinhood? Hi, Sabrius. How are you? Mm. Yeah, I hear you, Jeremy. Yeah, you have to be careful with your eyes. Those are very, yeah, the eyes are so sensitive. Oh, Sexy P says, I think it's like $1 a month. It's so little that I don't miss it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Coinbase has high fees. So I try to trade mostly on Webull. Jeremy says, one reason why I don't have a car, LOL, which is a good thing since this is less expensive for me. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So just to catch everybody up, me and Shell were talking about easy ways to invest in retirement. So the first one was 401k. with your company because you want your money to grow. You don't just want it to sit in the bank. You do need to have an emergency fund in a high yield savings account, which you can find online for like I think the highest is either 0.5% or 1%. So you can start with an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. Then your 401k, that can be maxed out at 19,000 a year. You could do a 401k, a traditional 401k, or you could do a Roth 401k, which is you pay taxes. The traditional, you pay taxes when you pull the money out, and the Roth 401k is you pay taxes now, but when you go to pull the money out in retirement, you don't have to pay any taxes on it. Another simple way to invest is an IRA with a bank or a brokerage account. That you can invest about $6,000 maximum a year. And then you can also have your own individual stocks and bonds and mutual funds with an online brokerage account like Robinhood or Acorns, Webull, Coinbase. There's tons of different apps. The main idea is not to let your money sit in the bank because it just dies. There's too much inflation. Each year prices go up, milk goes up, gas goes up. So your money doesn't grow. It needs to grow for you. And the only way it can do that is if you're investing in real estate, if you're investing in the stock market, or if you have a business. But you can always look online, watch videos. There's a lot of people out there that show you step by step how to get started. Oh, Jeremy, you're talking about your car? Maintenance on a car is very expensive. Yeah, it can be. Sabria says, my uncle was old school. He saved most of his money at home. He saved $500,000. He had some money in the bank. Wow. That's so nice. Sabria says, investing in stock can be risky. Yeah, it can be. Jeremy says, congrats to him. That's not easy to do. Yeah, it can be risky. Jeremy says stocks is also like the lottery, all about luck. Not really. The stock is going to go up or down, or it could just go up. The lottery is I think you have a 99 billion chance of winning. Not with stocks. Just imagine if you had bought Starbucks stocks or Pepsi stock or Google stock about 10, 15 years ago. Where would it be now? Yeah, it dips up and down, but it's the long term that you have to rely on. It's not a quick form of income. Sabria says my uncle is dead. That
Okay,
we found out he died. He was from
so sorry, everybody.
Oh, hey, Shell.
Me so sorry. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Hey, Payman, how are you? How's it going? Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Thank you so kindly. All right. So, any questions? What did I miss here? I'm so sorry. So sorry. I declare. Did they have any questions for you, Avon?
No, I was just trying to tell him that it's not the same as the lottery, because the lottery you really only have like a 99 billion chance of winning. That's very risky.
Very risky.
Yeah, so stocks really work in the long term unless you really learn how to trade and be a day trader. So if you buy 1,000 shares of something, okay, let's talk about shares and stocks. So what's a company that you like?
Good question.
Name any company, just any company in general.
Scott's.
What's that?
Toilet paper.
Oh, okay. Scott toilet paper. Okay. Let's look up. I don't know if it's just Scott outright or if they're owned by somebody.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me look it up.
Okay.
Okay, Scott brand. Okay.
Oh, Amazon. I would love to invest in Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon.
Let's look at Amazon stock. Okay. Okay. Amazon stock is on the NASDAQ, which is like a list of traded stocks. They have different stock markets. They have the NASDAQ, they have the S&P 500, Dow Jones, Russell, can't think of the name right now, but they have different stock markets. It's not just one big place. It's divided up. So Amazon trades on the NASDAQ. One share of Amazon stock is $3,277.71 right now.
Okay, now what's the value of that one stock?
That's the value. $3,277.71 is for one share.
Okay, one share of that stock. So then what would be my return?
So it looks like it went up $15.58 today. So if yesterday you bought one share for $3,277, today it would be worth $3,277 plus $15.
Plus $15.
Mm-hmm. That's only if you bought one share.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what 3,277 plus 15 is $3,292. Okay, so yesterday you only had $3,277. Today you have $3,292. if you sold the stock today, you would earn capital gains of $15.58. That would be your profit.
That's not a lot.
That's only one share. And that's if you sold the stock.
Right. So if I had two, then that's only $30.
That's only if you sold it.
Only if I sold it. But if I just let it ride, it holds its value, but can increase in value.
Yes.
Okay. So then what is the key? Buy stock or buy shares that are in the tens of thousands to really, if you sell it, to really get a profit? Or
the idea is never to sell. You never sell it. So what happens is that day traders buy and sell all day long, okay? But long-term investment for retirement, you just let it sit there. So let's just say we're having this conversation 20 years from now. How much do you think the stock would be worth?
20 years from now, looking at how much I paid for it.
Yeah. So you paid $3,200 for it.
Okay, is that without tax or with tax?
Well, you always have tax when it's capital gains tax. If you put it in your 401k, you will not have tax.
Okay.
If you put it in,
you said that was 3,000. I'm just gonna say 3,500. That's about $70,000.
Okay, so this is how this works. Let's talk in smaller numbers. Let's say you bought Amazon 20 years ago for a dollar. For a dollar.
Okay.
Today it's worth $3,000.
Okay.
Okay. But 20 years ago, you bought 200 shares of it.
Ah, okay.
You paid $200 for your 200 shares. Today it's worth, one share is worth $3,000.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you're already ahead on just one share.
Okay. So now times 200.
You're already up $3,000 for one share.
From a dollar, right? Okay.
From that one share. So 3,000 times 200. Let's see what that is. That's 600,000. That's how much your Amazon stock would have been worth
if I was to sell it today from 20 years ago.
Right. Now, that doesn't mean you would have 600,000 because you wouldn't have just put $200 in. Every couple of months, you would have bought more shares, even if it was. Yes, because you're going to constantly invest. That way, your money, you don't want your dead money in the bank. You want it to move.
Keep turning. Okay.
You want it to grow.
Okay.
So if you put in 200, you bought 200 shares of Amazon 20 years ago. Then you bought another one the next month and another one the next month and so on and so on. Let's just say you bought one share every month for 20 years. So that's 12 shares a year plus the 200 you already bought. So that's 212. But you're doing that for 20 years.
Gotcha.
So 212 times 20. Right now, you would own 4,240 shares of Amazon, okay? And the price of Amazon today is 3,200. So times how many shares you would have $13 million of Amazon.
Okay. That sounds fantastic. However, now let's say there are stocks out there or shares out there that you can buy low, but there's no guarantee that they're going to increase. So, what is the technique for that? Like
Mutual funds.
mutual.
It's very risky to just put all your money in one basket, all your eggs in one basket. So, yes, hindsight 2020, you would have put $200 in Amazon if you knew it was going to be worth $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
You would have bought a lot more than that.
Right, right. Well,
But
that's true, Sexy P. It's only going to get bigger. You're right. I'm helping to get bigger because I yeah, it's so
but not
easy.
necessarily. I mean, we
Oh,
hope
really?
that.
You don't think so?
No, in real life,
Okay.
something could happen. Just like Fedco. I don't know if you guys have a Fedco. Our Fedco was like Walmart. We don't have a Fedco anymore. So if I had all this stock shares and stock in Fedco and it closes down, then what happens? My money just dries up.
Right.
If I didn't sell before it goes to zero. So there's a lot of companies out there that were booming at one time, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden they go out of business because life changes, technology changes. So just like passbooks and checkbooks were around, that doesn't mean we still use checkbooks. Some people do, but
Yeah.
now we're moving on to the next. So
Okay.
one of the
So you
things
don't
we're
think we are in an era of um, cyber? Like it's going to be this way for the rest of life? You think?
well, there's
I,
no guarantees, but that's the way we're moving. But no, there's no guarantee. You can't
Mhm.
you can't say that this for sure is going to be the wave of the future forever. Just like
Okay.
telephones. We had the telephone on the wall. No, we didn't
Mhm.
even have telephones. And we had the telephone on the wall. Now we have the the cell phone. It just evolves. But one thing about technology is that we're witnessing a revolution, an evolution of economy. So we had cash. Actually, we had, you were bartering for stuff. You were bartering
Mhm.
your livestock. You were bartering your fruits and vegetables, your farming.
Mhm.
So we started there. Then we moved to money. Then we moved to checkbooks. Then we moved to debit cards and credit
Mhm.
cards. And now we're into, um, uh, like PayPal and Zelle, where you can just
Mhm.
wire transfer money.
Right. Cash
Now,
app. Yeah.
yeah. So one thing that they use, it's called blockchain. That's the system they use. So right now, all of that stuff is cheap.
Blockchain.
Blockchain. Now, cryptocurrency, you've heard of crypto and
Mhm.
Bitcoin and all
Bitcoin.
them.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
They use blockchain to move the Bitcoins in their system. So if you need to wire some Bitcoin to me, we use a blockchain network to wire the money to each other.
I don't even know what Bitcoin is.
It's
I've
just a
heard
vir-
it.
it's just a virtual money system.
Oh, hint Bitcoin. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It's not a tangible thing. It used to be. They made a few of them,
So
but
it's digital.
it's digital.
Okay.
And they carry them in a digital wallet so that no one can steal their Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
But right now, I think there's about 800 different cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
And so for the future, for the younger generations, it's so cheap. It's like 50 cents, $1 a share. But the time is now, because in a few years, just like Bitcoin is $14,000 a share. At one time, it was $1 a share.
Hmm.
But
So,
there's
Sabrayas, you don't like Bitcoin? Why you don't like Bitcoin? And what is the other one? Because I've heard, I mean, I hear people talking about it on here on YouTube, but I don't know much about it. So what's the other one? You said Bitcoin, and what was the other one?
there's about 800 of them.
Oh
There's
wow.
lots of them. Yeah.
Hmm.
But the time is now because they're so cheap. Not Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not cheap anymore. But you can invest in a mutual fund that purchases Bitcoin. And so if Bitcoin, when I bought it, it was $19,000 for one Bitcoin. Now it's $47,000 for one Bitcoin.
Wow.
And that's how fast it shot up. And so if you buy just a percentage of it through a mutual fund, you'll see those gains without it hurting your portfolio, because you will have diversified in other things.
Mm-hmm.
But we could talk about it later, because I know you have some questions about your 401k. And so I can help you, I can walk you through it to see where your money
Mm-hmm. See.
is and where um what index fund you're invested in,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't really know
and
right now.
explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't really want to invest if you don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like going to another country and um not knowing how much your dollar buys you.
Oh, Sabrina says she saw people get scammed from Bitcoin recently. A man lost his password to Bitcoin, and he said he had. Yeah, that was. I saw that on the news. He couldn't get his money because he could not remember his password.
Because he had it on a Bitcoin wallet instead of
Yeah,
in a brokerage account.
I was like, no way. And he was like, no big deal. It's only $2 million. I'm like, really? Can you imagine what I can do with $2 million? How many people I can help? How I can turn this over? Like, man, I forgot what country he was from. I heard bad things about Bitcoins. Okay. I don't know much about it, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Like, this is the happening thing. You got to get in on it and things of that nature.
Yeah, but that's for people who understand what they're buying.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of hype out there. And if you're not really like, you have to research how to trade. These are day traders. This is not what we're talking about at all. I'm talking about a simple retirement.
Right. I don't have the $47, let alone 47,000. Yeah, I mean, I just like to have it a mental plan in my head, because you never know when you're going to come across some money. And if you have that clarity of the different ideas of how you can make some money, you know, that's where my frame of mind is. So I'll have a better idea of. It's better, to me personally. I believe it's good to already have a plan before you get the money, because a lot of times if you have no plan and then you get the money is wasted. But if you have a plan first, then you know you know what to do with the money. I just
Exactly.
can't have my money out there in digital land. I need my money where I can see it, feel it, touch it, smell it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I understand. I mean, to each his own. That's for sure. I don't really trust the Bitcoin thing either, really, because it's digital. Is that what it is, or? it's not tangible enough, it's not stable enough. Why you guys feel this way? When I was in Denmark, I had no clue how about their no clue how about their in Denmark. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm not till I came off from work. I apologize. Um, Me personally, I know I'm gonna have to do more research on it, so that I will. And you said it's like 800 of them, but Bitcoin is the highest or the well known, most popular.
Bitcoin is the most no, it's the most popular only because it has the highest cost right now because it spiked up.
Okay.
So some of them are only worth $1 right now. But if it's only worth $1 and you buy 1,000 share or you buy 100 share or $10, let's just say you buy $10 of a cryptocurrency, a coin, not Bitcoin. You can buy a percentage of Bitcoin, by the way. You don't have to buy one Bitcoin. You can buy just like 0.005 just to get your toe in there. But if let's just say you buy another cryptocurrency that's $1 right now and you put $100 in, maybe in a year or 2 years, it'll be worth $2,000 for that coin.
Okay, but then what if it doesn't sell? What if no one want to buy it? Then you're stuck with it, and then it just continue to go
Well,
up in value.
that's not really how it works.
Okay.
If it's still available, then you can trade it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what if no one wants to trade with you because it is now so high?
But
I'm just saying.
it's not that small of a system. It's a huge system. You're not individually um trading like if I were to sell you a car or something. It's not like that. You just sell it. You just click a button and it sells. You're not
Oh,
waiting for someone to buy it. Mm-mm.
wow. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. But the stock market, it's it's a hmm, it's an animal all on its own. So if you're looking at it from the outside,
Hmm.
it looks like it's black and white. It's not. There's a lot of different dimensions, especially if you're a day trader where you buy and sell.
Yeah, I have met people. They have some type of app, and they can see their stocks, or I guess shares. Is it shares or stocks? They can see it going up. They can see it going down. They can see how much money that they earned. Hey, Gwen, how are you? Welcome. How much they're earning. But I guess I was stuck on, okay, because I want to reap the benefit from it. So I'm thinking, okay, let's say I buy low and they say sell high. So you can get that money of that value,
Right,
right?
but that's short term. That's like if you that's like if you bought a house for 250,000 and then in 10 years it's 350,000. Are you just going to move and buy a house every couple of years?
No.
No, so your 250,000 that you invested in that home in 40 years, your home is going to be worth hopefully $500,000.
Then at that point, you can sell it, right?
And
If you
down
want.
yeah, and downsize to, a condo and just, live off the benefits and give it to your beneficiaries. But
Or you
it's
can rent it
holding
out.
it. It's holding it is key. If you hold on to the investment for long term, that's where you reap the reward. It's not buying and selling.
Okay, so but at some point, either short term or long term, you're going to sell it in order to reap the benefit, right? Or yeah.
No, now some stocks, this is another side of it, they have dividends. So if you were to buy McDonald's each year McDonald's gives its shareholders, people who have some a share of their stock,
Mm-hmm.
they give them a dividend.
Okay.
So it might be, I don't know, it might be 20%.
Okay.
So each year, McDonald's shareholders receive 20% per share.
Money
So
wise,
yeah.
back.
So
Okay.
some people can live off the dividends and never sell their shares.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or you could sell a percentage of your shares to get the money out.
Okay.
Or you could reinvest those dividends. So if they're giving you 20%, you can put it back into your account and buy more shares. But
Well,
if you're
mm-hmm. Go
but
ahead.
if you're looking at um how are you gonna, what's the benefit? Like, okay, so when I reach retirement age and I need to live off this money, what happens?
Mm-hmm.
So when you cash out, you only cash out what you think you should live on, and you leave the rest in there so
Put
it
yourself on the budget.
grows.
Yeah, I believe in that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you pull it all out, let's just say you're at $20,000. If you pull out $20,000, your money isn't growing. If
Right.
you pull out $5,000, then that 15,000 is
It's still
still
growing.
building interest and
Mm-hmm.
compounding. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you can live off whatever comes off of that.
Okay.
It's a stocks market is a very tricky system. So that's why companies have the 401k. The 401k you don't have to think about. So the
Right. It's
mutual
kind of sort of
fund,
they did the work for you in a sense.
yes.
You just have to decide, do you want to be aggressive with it or you want to be kind of careful. I think it's three categories for it. You can be what is it called? It's three of them. I can't think of it. But I know one is aggressive. And
Mm-hmm.
that is you just want to go all in, you just want to let it ride and do what it has to do. You're not concerned about getting any money back right away. You just letting it ride on out there, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
That's for people who have 30, 40 years ahead of
Right.
them. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So if you then it goes down to medium risk and low risk.
Okay.
But
Which three?
it's really simple because you only have to put in your money each month and it'll grow. And then what grows, so you put in your principal $200. If you get a return of $25 and the $225 is growing interest, that's $25 that you didn't even have to put in.
Right. Right.
So that's why it's beneficial, especially in our community, to encourage each other to tap into a system where it's basically free money. The money is just sitting there growing. Yeah,
Right.
there are dips in the market. It does go like that. So
Mm-hmm.
what? You're losing money that you didn't even put in.
Right. I think one of the most fearful thing about it is we all need money. We all want money, and to give the money that you have away, if you will, people are thinking, wait a minute, I can do something right now with this money instead of a possibility of losing it, if you will. But when it comes to stocks and shares and things of that nature, you can't have that mentality. And that's another reason why, if you can't afford to lose it, you don't want to lose it. But if you can't afford to lose it, don't do it.
No,
Because
no,
you will,
that's for people that do the high risk single stock.
Okay.
If you're, because I do different things. I do my company, and I do my own thing. My own thing is with money that I can afford to lose.
Right. Okay.
The one with my company, with my day job, I put that in because it will grow.
Hmm.
Even if the market dips, my money is still growing. My company is still putting their own money into it.
Right. And some of them matches it too. Yeah.
So I'm losing money by not even investing, period.
Hmm.
But if you do it the high risk way, where you're just coming out of your pocket and you're buying one company, you're not diversifying in real estate and bonds, then you're putting yourself at risk, because once that dips, you're just holding your breath waiting for it to grow again. And
Hmm.
so that's why people diversify.
Right.
They
It's like
put
you
it in
plant seeds in
technology,
different things. Right.
mhm, uh, like eco, those energy companies where they're trying to help the environment.
Ecosystem. Hmm.
Hmm. So you got to put it in. You got to put a little bit in everywhere. But yeah, we could talk about your 401k. That way, you'll know what you're really investing in.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right, Whispering Willow. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping me updated as well. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh, you know what I wanted to tell you though about
Hmm.
mutual funds is
Okay.
that it's better to go through a company. So instead of just finding a brokerage account and purchasing some mutual funds, it's better to go through a company like Charles Schwab or Vanguard and let them manage your mutual fund.
Hmm.
And so I don't really think that a financial planner is necessary because they have such high fees. And it's so risky. You're letting someone decide, okay, I'm going to buy Pepsi today and I'm going to sell it tomorrow, and then I'm going to buy Coke, and then I'm going to sell Coke tomorrow, then I'm going to buy Tesla, and I'm going to sell Tesla. It's too risky. That's where people lose.
Hmm.
But if you
Hmm.
just put in your $200 with a mutual fund brokerage account and you just let it sit there, then your investment will build compound interest. And so over time, that money just builds and grows, and you just put in a little bit at a time, buying more shares of the stock, of your shares of your Pepsi stock.
Hmm.
Then by the time you're ready to retire, you will have your money, the principal that you put in, you'll
And
have
the
the
gain.
interest that you put in, and then you'll have whatever the share is worth now. Because whatever share you buy now, you are hoping that in 20 years, it'll be worth an astronomical amount. That way it'll be uh, worth it.
Hmm. Yeah. That made sense. Sexy P, exactly, Avon. If I lose $2 on one stock, I don't care because I usually gain more with another one. Okay. Right. When you want to diversify. Yes, diversify. Yeah, you want to plant seeds in different ground
And
with
that's normally what the 401k does. The 401k diversifies in about 4 or 5 different categories,
hmm.
so that you're not just heavy on one thing.
Right,
They
right, right.
they call it
But I
small
cashed out
cap.
of my 401k before from one of my jobs. I cashed out.
Mm,
Yeah. It was a nice amount.
mm.
Um, but how well are you doing with the process? How long have you been doing what you're doing, and what benefits have you seen?
Well, I'm not going to go into
Well,
detail
not
about
you know what I
that.
mean. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Well,
been
I'm
good.
here talking about it, so I hope that tells you one thing.
Okay, so you believe in it, and it's a
I
benefit.
believe in it so strongly that I've been telling my family, especially the younger people in my family, because we're at a fork in the road right now. The cryptocurrency is here now. If I wanted to send you money right now, if I just wanted to Zelle you some more money or PayPal you some money, that is the system.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving up the public an opportunity to get in on that now. If you wait 20 years to get in on PayPal, you're going to lose. You won't be able to do it. It'll be untouchable. Right now, it's so cheap. It's kind of like Walmart. If you had invested in Walmart back then right now you would be a millionaire.
Right.
So the time is now because cryptocurrency is here and the blockchain is the system that does that. Now you don't have to do that on an individual level. Just by simply adding to a mutual fund through a 401k or through an IRA with a bank or with a brokerage company, you're able to tap into that. Just with your little coins, $5, your coffee money, your car wash money, your hair money, your nails money, just a little bit, just put something in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you will know what people are talking about when they're on vacation with money that they didn't even work for. They're not working 80 hours a week.
Right.
So I believe firmly in this because it's the moment is now.
Yeah. I
It's
see what
just
you're
like
saying.
debit cards and credit cards. There was a
Mm-hmm.
time when a grandmother was like, "No, I don't like debit cards. They're scary. I can't trust them. I'm going to lose them. I like cash. I like cold hard cash." That
Mm-hmm.
is so archaic now that you have to carry around thousands of dollars of cash in your wallet to pay your mortgage or to pay your rent, to go into the bank. And that doesn't even make sense now.
Right.
But
It would
there
be
was a
dangerous as well.
That's right. But
Yeah.
there was a time when credit cards and debit cards were something that someone could not fathom, let
As of
alone,
where we are right now. Mm-hmm.
right, let alone buy stock in it. If they had bought stock in JP Morgan Chase
Mm-hmm.
or Bank of America or Discover Card, that's what people did who were hopeful that this new concept would take off. And look where they are now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. I see what you're saying. It's definitely something I'm gonna have to get more information about. I mean, like you said, it could be coffee money, it could be nails. I mean, I do my own nails. It could be eyebrow money, whatever. Just a little bit,
Just
here,
a little bit.
just
Just a little bit.
just to put
Mm-hmm.
it in there and let it ride and take it from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I think
But
it was recently
it's
on
an
the
option. It's an
yeah, yeah,
option
yeah.
because some,
I'm gonna look more into it. I mean, I have other people who wants to do something with it, but
yeah,
of course they don't they don't want to lose. They don't want to go into it losing their money. They want to try to get some money out of it, but they have money that they can put in there and just let it sit and let it do its thing. It's not like they're sitting there, oh no, now my mortgage due and I can't. It's not like that, but it's just they're willing to put something aside, let it do what it do as they continue on with their life, with the hopes that what they did will reap pretty large in the end, and then you can leave it for your nieces, nephews, grandchildren, so on and so forth. You know, because I'm
absolutely.
thinking about like buying one for like nieces and nephews, who are maybe
Mm-hmm.
6 or 11 years old or maybe younger, and then when they get of age 18, 21, if they want to do whatever it is they want to do with it, then they can do that. But at least it's leaving them with something, and it
Mm-hmm.
could turn out be something really, really good for them. But if not, you didn't use a lot to put down. You didn't miss it. It's nothing to
Mm-hmm.
really be missed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like playing the lottery and you
But
don't
it's
win.
but it's not like paying the lottery.
It's
The
not.
odds, no, because you don't get any return on the lottery.
Well, no, I'm saying it based upon when you spend a dollar to $20 or whatever, and you don't win, you that money is gone. You know, but if you invest that money into something with a more stable return, it has its benefits. But what I'm saying is, you can't get upset if you don't win after you
But
don't pay
but
twenty
the
dollars.
average return on the S&P index is
Mm-hmm.
anywhere between 8 and 12% each year.
8 and 12% each year.
Now your bank, the percentage is 0.001 each year.
Right, right. That's why a lot of people don't want to keep money in the bank because it's not doing anything for them. Yeah. So it does make you wonder, okay, so if I'm keeping my money in the bank and I'm barely making anything, why not put some money into this stocks and stuff? Yeah, yeah, yep. And some
And
they only getting
and
like
you
one
can't
percent.
you can't compare 12% return versus 0% on the lotto.
Right, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's apples and oranges really. Because
Mm,
because the lotto is a one in,
chance.
99 billion chance.
Hmm.
The market, it grows. Yes, it dips, but it doesn't stop.
Right. It has highs and lows.
Now, the stories you hear of people who put in $50,000 into, I don't know, I don't know what's not around anymore, but when it, some hamburger joint or something that's not around anymore. If they put $50,000 all into that company and now it's at zero,
Hmm.
yeah, they lost all their money.
Right, right.
But that's not what a mutual fund is. A mutual
Hmm.
fund is diversified, so it's too risky to do a single stock. And I'm not even encouraging single stock uh, on your own, high risk. That's not even part of retirement. That's just play money. That's
Hmm.
lotto.
Hmm.
That's just chance. We should really just talk about a sure thing, which is retirement funds. Because when people say that they lost money in their retirement, they lost some of their money, some of the company's money,
Hmm.
some of the compound interest. There's a lot of factors there. They're not just losing their principal. I put in 50K, I lost 50K. No,
Right. I see
you
what you're
put
saying.
in you put in 25K and your company put in 25. No, your
Hmm.
company put in 10K. Then 15K was the interest. So it's not just you went down to zero. And besides that, even if you did put in 50,000 and now it's at 25,000, that's today. In 10 more years, you might be back at 50,000.
Hmm. Or maybe more, depending on what happens. Yeah, yeah. Well,
But
it's been a. Hmm.
mhm. it's
No,
a
go ahead.
it's a it's a complicated the stock market is a complicated machine. So in order to simplify it, a 401k and an IRA is your best bet.
For retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the operative word, because if you're saving for retirement, you're not touching that money. It's for retirement. It's not for your utility bills or to pay your car or your mortgage. It's money that is sitting there doing stuff for you.
And you'll be penalized if you move it around anyway.
Yeah, they do.
You'll get a
Yeah,
tax penalty on it, and so you lose money if you touch it.
right. And I think it's certain reasons when they will allow you to touch it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty strict. It's like you can't just,
Yeah.
oh, let me go to my 401k. It's not that easy. It's like
Right.
they got a lock on it. Like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
And okay,
Because they're using your money. Your money is working the machine. If
right.
everybody took out their money, like the depression, when everybody got scared and took out their money
From
in
the bank. Yeah.
1920, that that crashed the market because
Hmm.
they were using people's money and people's shareholders to run the whole machine. If you take it out, then it can't. They have nothing to move.
Right. Like the
So,
banks now, it's using our money that we have in the bank.
mm-hmm.
And it's all digital.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all digital now, and even the banks that have the was the federal insurance. In other words, you can, and they're cover.
FDIC,
Yes,
yes.
they're cover you up to $1 million. But if you have over $1 million in the bank, that's an issue. So if you have more than $1 million, you have to go with the bank that can cover the amount that you have. Because if it's over and they only at their max, you're not covered. You're going to lose money. But the average person and where these particular banks are, their customers are not near $1 million. But then there are other banks
Mm-hmm.
that will cover you when it's multiple of millions of dollars. They can cover you that
Mm-hmm.
way. That's why
Mm-hmm.
it's always important when you do put your money into a bank, you make sure that they can cover the amount that you have, because otherwise you're going to lose money, because they tell you right there how much they can cover you up to. Yeah, FDIC. Yep,
Exactly.
that's it. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Whispering Willow said, one reason I don't like new currency like Bitcoin is it's not legal currency. Well, I mean, it's digital. Um, no, they can go up to 1 million for some. I mean, different banks. Yeah, yeah, different ones. Haven't you come across that, Avon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's different. It's different banks. Yeah, because they have to have because you as a customer have to have some type of security, knowing that, okay, if something happens, you'll be able to give me my money back. Because again, they are using our money. This
Mm-hmm.
is how they're doing with different trades and so on and so forth. This is how the United States use money, is digital. They just see that green, that lime. Is it like, yeah, it's like a lime green. They just see those numbers. That's all. It's about the numbers. All about the numbers. It's not so much it's right here, it's tangible. It's all digital. It's just like when you go into your account, you see the dollar amount, but when someone else looking at it, they don't see, oh, you got a whole stack of money. They can actually see an image of it. No, all it is digital. It's all numbers. It's only numbers. Let's see, the news to me. That's news to me. Thank you for that. I didn't know. Yeah. Check, Google it and check it out. There's certain banks that would do that. They'll let you know that they will cover up to a certain amount. And that's another reason why people who are into money like that, they will spread their money out to different banks. And then, of course, if you do the Swiss account, overseas, stuff like that, that's a little different. And I don't think that's even taxable. So I don't know. So far, my savings has a negative, especially when with a new car. I tell you, I understand. I used to, what my turning point with those negative, those bounce negative amounts in my check was when I did not manage my check account properly, and I was negative 400 and something dollars. and I had to take that and I had direct deposit. So they got their money. As soon as it was deposited, they zoop. Thank God I had enough to continue on, but that hurt me so bad that I never ever from that day got another negative that amount. Now I may have gotten 36, stuff like that. But in the past couple years, no negatives. I was just done. I was just like, that's something I can control. So let me control it. So I've learned how to. Oh, is another thing. When you pay certain credit cards, they don't always take their money out right away. That's another way. It's digital. A bank or a company look at them and say, "Oh, you got $1 trillion? Oh, okay, sure." But that's because they're holding that money for a while. So it all plays a part. It all plays a part. It's crazy though. The feeling, it does hurt. It's like, oh my gosh. And it's something that you can control. So I'm trying to control what I can and what I can't, change myself to adapt to what I cannot change. I need, I needed car to continue to work. I know. It's like in order for you to work, you needed a car. So that meant you had to go into debt for the car. But hopefully that car will make you more money, that you can take care of the car and reap the benefits of being able to take care of your bills, and just take it from there. It's one of those things, all of us cannot go to an auction and just buy a car or go to a dealership, talk to the manager, make a deal right there. Look, I got X amount of cash right now. I want to drive off the lot with that car right then and there. The sticker price is $50,000. And the people coming in there, they getting it financed. Mr. Manager, I have $20,000 right now, right here. I want that car. What's that saying? Something in the hand is something in the bush or something like that. That manager going to say, you have $20,000 cash right now. You want to give me this car for $20,000 cash, or you want to wait for someone to come along and hopefully they can get it financed? Or do you want this $20,000? And what they're going to say, oh, we definitely shaking hands and everything. Come on, come into my office. We definitely.
Oh, actually, no. They prefer financing because
they make more money. Yeah.
They don't like cash. They don't like cash buyers.
But some will take it though.
Well, yeah, they all take it. It's all money, but they can't build more fees on it. Because it's not going to take you 7 years to pay it off. It's going to take you 7 hours to pay it off. So they lose money when they have cash pay.
Right. The more struggles you have with your money, the more businesses will give you money. As long as they have different rules and regulations that guarantee if you default on it, they still going to get their money. Just like with some insurance companies, they have to go to court, and if the judge allowed them the full amount, whatever the situation is, there's a law, they can get that money back. They're not really losing anything. So that is true. If you are it's like the 1%, the 1%ers are the ones that can just do the cash thing. Companies can't make money off of them like that. But the poor and middle class, those who need financing, those who need to have someone buy the house for them and they pay a mortgage, that is how America is making money. It's off the backs of the poor and the middle class people. Why? Look at your credit cards, 22, 24%. And they're giving you the minimum amount to pay. The minimum amount to pay. Because they can gain more money from you. But if they get someone who's paying triple or 5 times the minimum, they like, oh, we're not going to make that much off of this person right here. But when you're down and you're struggling, most companies, they want you. They want you because they know they can make money off of you. And now I think people can finance cars for, I think it's 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I remember 4 was the max. Now
Yep.
8. So they're telling you something. If a
They
company's
figured
going to
it out.
continue, yes, if
Mm-hmm.
they're going to continue to offer an extended out, is a company. A company
That's
is
the
in
same.
business to
That's the
make
same
money.
like a HELOC. So you buy a what is that called? Loan of credit. High, not high equity, home equity line of
Mm-hmm.
credit.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so we refinanced it. So instead of you paying $900 a month, now you're paying 800. Yeah, but you tacked on 5 more years.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really helping me
Right.
pay this off. You've extended my mortgage,
And gave me a more affordable amount, if you will,
right?
or a different amount. But it's
Right.
like, yeah,
Now I have to pay it longer. So in the end, they win because I'm
right.
paying more.
And the
But
longer,
we only look at payments instead of
right,
looking at how much the total cost is.
exactly. And the long term of it, because the longer you are in debt, the higher the possibility of you falling or defaulting in it. And then in return, they can get money from the federal government to
So
cover themselves.
if you were, instead of getting a HELOC or needing to make payments on something, and you were putting that extra money into a mutual fund, which one is better for you when you retire? Because the car depreciates.
As soon as you pull it off the lot. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. If
I
you
don't buy
can't
new
make the
cars.
payments, they
I
sell
buy
the
used
loan and it
cars.
keeps getting sold. Yeah. What did you
Mm-hmm.
say? What did you say, Yvonne?
I said I don't buy new cars. I buy used cars.
Yeah. That's usually what I don't buy new ones. I used to just buy auction vehicles
Mm-hmm.
and got to a point in my life I couldn't put $6,000, $4,000 down for a vehicle. And then now, I went into financing a vehicle. I'm happy that we do have a system like that because a lot of people will be without, but on the other hand, then it wouldn't be a lot of businesses out here either. So it's one of those tricky things where it's like, okay, I can scratch your back, but now you're going to scratch my back a little deeper and a little longer, and then you gotta weigh, okay, well, I need the car, or I need this house, or I need whatever. So, okay, I'll just have to work extra. I'll just have to do whatever. So,
Yeah.
do you what does it say here? Let's see. Hold on. Do you ever do you ever hear presidential candidates campaign in on the poor? Well, who knows? The one percenters is not running the world in terms of the money, because it's, like I said, the poor and the middle class. We are the ones that's taking our hard-earned money, putting it back and putting it back in the system and getting these things. If you can go and buy things cash, most companies are not going to be happy to see you come. Why? Because they're not going to make more money off of you. That's
Hmm.
why with the credit card companies, they have scales. And then it seems to me when it was set up originally, just like bi-weekly pay, that's a system.
Hmm.
Bi-weekly pay, that is a system that someone thought about a long time and figured out, if you do a bi-weekly pay on particular days compared to um when the due date is you got a chance of that customer not being able to pay, to the point where now you can put a late charge on it. So now you're making more money off that customer.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no love for cash buyers anymore. Exactly. Exactly.
See, and then I learned this phrase: broke people love payments, Rich people love profits.
Mm.
Broke people love to make little payments here and there. Oh, okay, I'm gonna buy this handbag and pay, easy pay $50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
But if you invest that $50 a month and you earn passive income from it, that's a profit. That makes it a asset, not a liability. You want to
Right.
be higher in assets, not liabilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It said all TV commercials are aimed at the upper middle class and wealthy, even TV sitcoms. Yeah, yeah, the way it's presented. Yep, yep. Because those who are not at that level look at that, desire it, and in return, that show is getting views. So it makes that show more popular, you know?
Yeah. But rich people don't even watch a lot of television. Those are really broke people that watch all that stuff and buy all that stuff
Yeah.
because, the Joneses are broke. Everybody's trying to be like the Joneses. They're broke. They got
Mm-hmm.
debt up to their eyeballs. But you see them at Gucci and you see them at the Apple store, but that's just more debt. They're just
Mm-hmm.
moving it around from credit card to
Yep.
personal loan. They're just moving the
Exactly.
money around. Mm-mm.
Yep. You never know. You look at a person, like they say, never judge a book by its cover, because you really
And
don't
I
know
was
what's going
fooled.
on.
I was
Uh-huh.
completely bamboozled. I thought
Mm-hmm.
if I saw my family member with a Mercedes Benz, I just thought, ooh, they are balling out of control. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, you are broke.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, you can't, you have to pay your utility. It's just a mess. No,
Yeah.
like the other day, I went on vacation. I went to go see my girlfriend, Teresa.
Yeah.
If I didn't have cash, I was a hustling fool. I was doing Grubhub and Uber. I was making that cash. I said,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna save my little coins. I'm gonna go see my friend. I paid cash for that whole trip.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came home, I had no credit card debt.
There you go.
I didn't
There you
even
go.
use credit cards
There you go.
because I said, if I don't have the money, I cannot leave the house.
There you go. Right? Handbag, $50 a month. The zipper better be made of gold. No, a lot of us, we're stuck on the name. Me personally, I mean, I'm not where you can tell I'm not a designer person. I don't feel the urgency to become popular wearing someone else's brand, and I'm advertising it, giving them more traction. But what am I getting from this? Like, so,
Yes. That's what I'm teaching my family members is that okay, you want to go and buy yourself some Jordans or some Nikes or whatever and spend $500 on a pair of shoes. Yet, if you take that money and you invest in Nike, they'll give you dividends, you'll get interest, and you can use their own money to buy yourself some Nike.
hello, hello.
When I realized that, Shell, I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I'm
yep.
all this time it was just money down the toilet.
And to be honest, we as African American people, let me tell you, and I think it has something to do with an old term I remember hearing on television. I was watching this black movie, if you will, and they were saying you judge a man by the type of shoes he wear and how clean they are. That that has something to do about the character of the man. So I'm not sure if from that saying is why a lot of the African American men are into making sure that their tennis are like spit shine clean, It has to be expensive and so on and so forth. Me personally, give me a pair of shoes that's going to give me support. Forget the name. I don't mean no harm. I mean, they have some
Mhm.
names out there.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
Mhm.
I prefer quality. It may look like the Birkenstocks, they may look kind of awkward or whatever, but they're giving me support. They're giving me what I need.
Mhm.
That do I have a pair of them anyway? No, I have like Clark's or uh the ones the ones that give you support. Before I give
Mhm.
all those names, the ones that give me
Mhm.
support, I'll buy because they're giving me the support.
Mhm.
Not for a name, not for no prestige, not for somebody to say, "Oh, you got the new this." No, I never was a person like that.
Mhm.
No, no, thank you. I'm not one to be all and all the way down. Nah, let me get in under the radar, in and out. You don't have to see me. You don't have to speak to me. Just get me in, get me out. But a lot of people, they feel like if they didn't have the names, some people wouldn't look at them. That's true. That's true. Some people
Mhm.
wouldn't give them a time of day. That is true. So, in order for them to get that attention that they're looking for, if they're trying to be a rapper or whatever the situation is, they have to wear the names in order to be noticed. But I'm just not that type of person. I prefer, let me get a pair of shoes that's going to give me the support, not so much this name. I never was like that. And that's crazy. And I think we as African American people, we need to change that because we will take our bill money and spend it on a nice outfit and a nice pair of shoes or a nice bag or wig or whatever and step out of our house that we're about to get foreclosed or put out, but you can't tell by the way we look.
Mhm.
By the way we look. And there are two types. There's this one owner who owns two malls. One is in one part of the another city in Maryland, and the other one is another part. And the one that's in the city brings in more money than the ones that's more in the suburbs area
Mhm.
because we as African American people, some of us, not all,
Mhm. Mhm.
will take our last to make sure that when we come out that door, refreshed from head to toe, refreshed from head to toe. And I feel like we're not allowing ourselves to be appreciated for who we really are. But it's what we have on. And without what we have on, people don't notice you. For some people, and I mean, it's sad that it's like that, but that's one of the driven force. And then some people, they just like to be fresh. They like to have the most current thing and so on and so forth. But then there are others that are living a lie. They're struggling, but they can't let people see what's really going on because they
Mhm.
got a name for themselves and they got to keep up with image. They can have that. I can't play that one. Shoes and clothes are made so cheap nowadays, they barely last 2 months. Yeah, yeah, it depends, definitely. Only two classes in life, those who use time, energy, and effort to make money, and those who use money to make money. I'm jealous of those who you jealous of those who can just live off the interest of investments. Don't be jealous. Join in.
Join in. That's what we're talking
It's
about.
enough room. It's enough room for people. Just join
That's
in and
right.
be a part of it.
Be a part of it. Mhm.
Because they're not
That's why
pushing
we're
you out.
talking.
So remember me saying I started having a
Because I do
conversation.
not enjoy being online talking at all, but I just have so much to share with
Yeah.
people because I was just enlightened and I thought, you know what, that's a scary place to explore is the stocks. And they were starting to make it easier with the apps, and I didn't have anything to lose, so I joined one of the apps and I was just playing with it. They even have a section where they'll give you $1 million in play money just to see, till you catch on and stuff. But I didn't really do that because I had watched so many videos and read articles and listened to podcasts, and I had really done a lot of research on it. So I just dove right in, and before I knew it, I was seeing a positive return on it, and I thought, wow, it's this easy? No one's ever taught me this stuff.
Oh wow. Oh, Whispering Willow. Really? So the panhandler, he was a he was fake, and he had a better truck than a manager. Yeah, that happened here. Um, there was a guy, a white guy. He lived in a gated community, and every morning he would come out of his property. He drove a Rolls Royce. I don't know what year it was. It's been a while ago. And then he would park his vehicle out of sight, and he would have on, you know, I don't even know what kind of clothes you would call it, but unwashed clothes, if you will. And so he would stand on the corner from 9 in the morning to 5:30, and he stood in the middle, and he got money from people going into the city and out of the city. And then one day, and this was on the news, one day this man said, I just wanted to see what happens when he leaves. So he actually followed him to the gated community. And this man, he has money, but he was getting money from working people that drives back and forth on that main road, just back and forth.
Well, that was his job from 9 to 5.
That was exactly. That was his job. That was his job. And I'm like, but thinking about it, that's how a lot of wealthy people think. Why spend my money? Why use my money when I can get it from you?
Rich people, I had a family member who everybody considered cheap and stingy and etc. And you know, she had properties, and she retired early, and now she just travels. And how was she able to do that? Because she didn't spend any money. Mm-hmm. That's why she had money.
Yep. And a lot of people have that mentality. Why should I spend my money? Let that person spend their money. It's one of those things. Here in Tucson, we made it illegal. They can't stand in the middle of the intersection. Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Hey, Shell, did you want to chat a little bit after this live?
It's almost 11 o'clock. I'll catch back up with you. I'm gonna shut it down because I got to get up early this morning. Well, I got to get up early in the morning.
Okay.
So I would definitely touch base with you, and we can take it from there and all of that. Hey, David, how are you?
Oh, good David evening. Just got here.
Yeah, he just
David,
got in.
You missed it.
You missed out.
We're going.
Next time, she'll be back again.
Ooh, we could. Oh, I am.
Yeah. You don't want to come back? You want to?
Yeah.
I mean, because I think this was good. People, got out how they felt about it and so on and so forth. But they still hung around and they still had questions. So it is on the minds of people. So I believe that they just need someone that they can ask questions and be honest. You know what I mean? Just got home from SeaWorld. Oh, that's so nice. Awesome.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to shut her down, guys.
Yeah, so maybe David will come on too.
Oh, yeah, he can come on.
All
David,
right.
just email me.
Thanks, Shell.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you. David, you can email me at uberliftshellshell@gmail.com if you want to be a part of the next segment when we're talking about ideas on how to make money, okay? So just let me know. All right, everybody, love yourself, know yourself, be yourself, change yourself to improve yourself. That's the journey I'm on. Take care, everybody. I'll see you again. All right. Bye-bye.